Hey friends, it's me Stace. Today we're going to be using our Cricut Maker to try to engrave on acrylic. I believe I showed you last week at one point the acrylic here that I ordered off Amazon. This is super thick. It looks like it's almost just shy of a quarter of an inch. Hopefully you're able to see it. I'll insert pictures so you can see how thick it is. I did try this with my Cricut Maker. It was way too thick. It got stuck. So this will go back to Amazon. So I since then have ordered from 143 Vinyl. I'm not affiliated with them at all. I just want to share with you my experience with them. I ordered on Friday and I got it on Tuesday. And they're in Kentucky. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. So I ordered 2 pieces of acrylic as well as the LED bases. So the bases, each one comes in its own box. And inside we have a nice foam protector. Our base here. Now you can either use it with 3 AA batteries, or you can use it with the provided cord. The USB cord here, just plug into a USB plug and you have constant light. And then we have the remotes, so it's also remote control, which is super cute. All right, so we're going to take that aside and look at our acrylic. I'm going to close this up. And these were $7.89 on 143 Vinyl. These were $4.49 a piece, okay? So this piece, and I believe all acrylic would have the same thing, it has a protective film over it. So you can see you take that off to engrave. This is the same thing. I did start to do this, so I'm taking this off. It has a blue film. Let's go and take this aside and bring in our Cricut mat. All right, this is a fairly sticky mat. So I'm going to take this, and you want to take the film off. And I'm going to line it up in the middle of my mat to where I can have my square be on lines. So I'm going to come down a little bit down here farther. All right, so I'm going to go right here. So I'm going to be at the 3-inch mark as well as at the 8-inch mark. So 3 inches, 8 inches. Take my brayer. Oops, it moved on me. I do recommend a strong grip mat. I don't have that, so I'm going to use what I have. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take the brayer to this to make sure it's down really, really well. And then we're going to take some painter's tape. I don't have a whole lot of this, so I'm going to try to make sure this lasts. All right, so I'm going to put it on the bottom. Because all the tape I have, this may not be enough. We're going to see, though. All right, so I'm going to bring this to the top here, tape that down really, really well. Okay, and then this piece, we might have enough. Tear this in half and put it on this side. Okay, like that. Take this one and put it on this side. All right, and again, just make sure that tape is on there nicely, nice and strong. Now I want to measure this. This measures, looks like 6.5 by 6.5. So I'm actually going to make my design be 6 by 6. That way it clears my tape. Okay. So again, I have it marked at 3 inches and 8 inches. Let's go inside Design Space. We'll find a design and start engraving. All right, here we are at the computer inside Cricut Design Space. What I want to do is go to my library or my projects, which is up in the upper right-hand corner. I'm going to click on my stuff, and I'm going to find this design. It's called Fill. This is from Kay Hall. So if you look for her inside Design Space, you will find this design. I'm going to choose Customize. What this is like a hatch fill. It's going to fill in our lettering for us. So we're going to set that piece aside. Let's go to our left-hand side toolbar and click on Shapes. And I'm going to click on a square and make this be the same size as my acrylic, which in my case was 6.5 by 6.5. I'll change the color of this to be white so we can see it better. I now left-hand side toolbar. I'm going to go ahead and click on Images. In the search box, I'm going to choose Browse All Images. In the search box, I'm going to type in the words "Be Still." This is from Psalm 46:10, which is my favorite Bible verse. And I'm going to find a few that we like. So I like this one, and I like this one. I like that one. Now, since I'm working with a square, a design like this would not work. This is more rectangular, and I also like this one here. I'm just going to choose Add to Canvas, and we'll see what they look like on our square, just to give us a few ideas. All right, let's first work with the first one that I grabbed, which was here. Just move my square up and bring this one over. I'm going to just use the handles on the side to resize it. I do like this one a lot, but I do think it's a tad bit too busy, so I'm going to remove that one and not use that one. Then we have this one. Let's go and resize this one to fit inside there as well. And I am going a little bit shyer or a little bit smaller than my piece of acrylic. I like that one a lot. Let's take that one and set that one aside. Then we have this one. Now I do like this one, however, I'm not liking how it does not have and no. The scripture is be still and know that I am God. I think and know that I am God is an important part of that scripture, so I'll delete that one. And so now we have this one. This is more taller than it is square. So I make it be a little bit taller. Let me see if I can stretch it out and see what that looks like. I don't know. I kind of like it. But I think the word be up there kind of gets lost a little bit, so I'm going to remove that one as well, and we're going to use this one here. Okay, so we have our design we want to use. Now what I want to do is move my square down. So as I said, this is a hatch fill. This is basically a bunch of lines really close together. So when we use the engraving, so if I click on this now and choose engrave, oops, basic cut, let me go back and choose engrave, you will see it has the outline. This is going to fill that in for us. So I'm going to make this be a little bit larger. Just like that, you can see that. I'll bring this over, make sure it fits inside there. Maybe make this be a little bit larger as well. Okay, so I can see that, bring it in there. Now what I'm going to do is highlight both pieces, and I'm going to right click on that and choose slice. Now my computer is running a tad bit slow today, so it might take a little while to slice. We can always see it over here in our layers panel. It does not say slice result yet, so we're going to give it a second. Okay, so now we have our slice result over here. We can now remove this piece. We no longer need that. Now it's a matter of choosing which one you think looks the best. So we have this one, we have this one down here, and we have this one. Okay, so we have these three. All right. Now I'm looking at them, and I think this one, to me, looks the best. So I'm going to go and remove these pieces just by highlighting them and then choose delete. And on this piece, I'll bring this over and I'll zoom in so you can see this a little better. So hopefully you can see here, all these are is little lines that's going to fill this design in. I'm just going to choose back. All right, we can take the design. Now this is set to basic cut, so I'm going to go ahead and change that again to engrave. Okay, so it's set to engrave. Let's go to the upper right hand corner and we will choose make it. So we have two mats. We have one for acrylic blank and the other one for this piece here. Mat 2 is where my square is. I'm going to line it up on my mat here, the same place it was on my mat, my real mat, which is at 3 inches and as well as 8 inches. And if you want to, you can zoom in to make sure you're really, really on that line to get an exact match. Okay, let's go and choose mat 1. And I'm going to choose the 3 circles and choose move object. And I'll move this to mat 2 where my square is. Click on confirm, and I can take this and line it up really nicely on the center of that square. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now with the square, we don't want to cut the square out. So you can click on the 3 dots and you can either move the object to a different mat or you can hide selected. I'm going to choose hide selected. So our mat, that goes away. Let's go down to the bottom right and we're going to choose continue. And give it a second to connect to my maker. It is plugged in and we're going to go, when this is all done, we'll go to the maker. I'll show you how to do the engraving tip and we'll start engraving. All right, so we need to choose browse all materials. In the search box, I'm going to type in the words acrylic and then click on enter. And I'm using 2mm, so I'm going to go in and select that one. And we're going to choose done. All right, so it tells us to load the engraving tip, load our mat, and we're going to start engraving. So I'll meet you guys at the Cricut. All right, here we are at the Cricut Maker. The first thing I want to do is move my rollers over. Just take them and move them all out of the way. And then we're going to load our mat in and hit the load button. And I have my engraving tip here. I'm going to take this blade out and put this in. Like that. Now because this is a filled design, this will take quite some time. I'm going to go ahead and click on go and zoom you in so you can see the start of it. So on my machine it says detecting. Right now it says finalizing and it's going to start engraving. And I will time this so I can tell you exactly how long this design will take. Alright, so it's going to start the engraving process. Let's zoom in so we can see it. I did put more tape on my piece. I went to the shed and got some more tape for that. But I do recommend not leaving your machine while it's doing this. Alright, so I'm going to hit pause here, and I will come back to you when this is all done. We'll unload it and see how it looks. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. And again, I will time this so I know exactly how long this design took. Alright friends, we are back. It took exactly 35 minutes to cut this out. Alright, so I'm going to take this off, and what I'm going to do, because you can see all this acrylic dust, I'm going to see if I can zoom you in so you can see a little better. Okay, see how messy it looks? I'm going to take the painter's tape and go over it just to pick up the extra dust off of there. So it looks like it did a pretty good job, which I'm excited about. All right, let me go and take this one off. And in my box, I just noticed they did include a lollipop and a Lifesaver candy, which I thought was kind of nice. All right, so just take this very carefully. You don't want to scratch it. Like I would not use a lint roller here. I would just use the tape. Okay, and I'll use this one. I'm excited though. So I guess the more intricate your design is, the longer it's going to take. Like I said, this was not too intricate, but it did take 35 minutes. It did a really good job on the words down there as well. Kind of just clean it up as best I can. And then we'll take a look at it up close. I think we're good. I'm just going to take this off our mat. And I do recommend a strong grip mat. If you don't have that, you can use any mat you want. Just make sure it is a sticky mat, and you want to tape it down. Use a brayer to make sure it's really, really on there. All right, let's go ahead and take this off and see how it looks. All right, so I'm going to bring you guys up. You probably can't see it. Let me go ahead and get something white here. Okay, I'll put this behind it. Maybe you can see it better there. All right, now I want to take the backing off of it. Just try to find a spot. Let me take my little poker tool. Okay, we're going to pull the rest of this off. And right here we have some, and then we're going to plug it in. That's where the magic happens, right? All right, so I hope you can see this. Do you see that? All right, let's go ahead and plug it in. So I just brought my little cord in, or my little plug. We're going to take this, we're going to plug this in and see if this works. I love that they give you the cord. All right, so we're going to plug this in right in the back. Oh, right here. Okay, that's plugged in. All right, let's going to plug that in. Oh, okay, so you see the light there? That is there. And now we have the remote. All All right, so this has a piece of plastic. I'm going to go ahead and take that off and see if this, oh yeah, it's changing colors. Okay, let's go ahead and see how this works. I'm going to zoom you guys out. We're going to put this in there. Oh, oh my Lord, look at that. Do you see that now? Oh, I love this. Oh my gosh, I'm addicted. Okay, let me go and change the color. You know, let me turn my light off. If I turn my light off, I'm going to lose the plug. I'll turn it off over here manually. And I'll turn this light off. Do you see that? Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, let's use remote. No batteries in the remote. And let's change the colors here. So we have red, or pink, blue, all different colors, right? Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. So pretty. There's the red. Do you see that? Look how nice that looks. I'll take a few pictures of this and I'll put it on my website so you can see it, but oh my gosh. This is a little loose in here, but I think it's fine. You might have to maybe take like a little shim and put it behind there. It is a little bit loose. You can see that. I'll contact the company and ask if that's normal, if this is supposed to be loose like that. But I think it's gorgeous. It did a really good job as far as the engraving. Let me go and bring this up. Turn my light back on so you can see this. Hopefully you can see this. It did a phenomenal job with the engraving. Okay, and I'll plug it back in, or I'll just put it back on here so you can see it against the white here. Okay, do you see that? So, so pretty. I love this. It turned out really, really good. So I definitely recommend that hatch fill. And again, if you look for, just rewind my video to the Design Space part, and you'll see the girl's name. Then you can just probably search for her inside Design Space. I seen somebody on YouTube. They just attached the link to their description box. Anyway, there you have it, my friends. Super easy engraving on acrylic. I think it did a good job. I'm nice and centered. Yeah, I love this. All right, my friends, any questions at all, please let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.